Hey, what's up guys? How are you? Welcome back. It's me, your boy, Hebot, and this is another exciting episode of Toys in My Closet. You know that I am your action figure enthusiast and video game aficionado. And today I have a really special one. And it comes with great pleasure, but also with some type of heartbreak at the same time, due to, obviously life. Certain times these things just don't work out the way you want to do all the time, but for the most part these reviews always come with a good experience, and so we got to kind of take with the good with the bad. And as you see here, I have in front of you a Masters of the Universe sleeve, and you're probably very familiar with it because this is none other than the Mondo sleeve. And you see the same thing as always with the Castle Grayskull motif. And this is actually the second heroic character in the Mondo universe. And here we have it. We have none other than Man-at-Arms, and this is one that I was waiting for quite some time and was very excited, but for some reason, didn't get luck this time, but hopefully I'll be able to resolve it with Mondo. And if we bring it in a little closer, you will see the wonderful artwork all in that orange inside the symbol of He-Man's crest on his harness of Man-at-Arms, and it says Man-at-Arms there, and it's in Heroic Weapons Master, or Master of Weapons. And you see the seal of exclusivity from Mondo. This is the exclusive one, and then the seal of Mondo in the bottom, which looks very reminiscent to the old school style Mattel. And on the side, as you know, it says this is a 1/6 scale collectible figure. In the top, we have Masters of the Universe in the orange color with the Masters of the Universe motif. Then we have 1/6 scale again. On the other side, in the bottom, we have nothing but legalese and, UPCs made in China, Mondo. And then in the actual very back, we have this wonderful artwork of Man-at-Arms, as you see there, in all of his glory, and he is really nice. Bring it in a little bit closer so that you can take a look at it. And as you can see, it's painted really well done. Really nice with the Roton in the back, one of the robots there, and then we have like Eternia and Man-at-Arms in his new style that Mondo did, because this is their interpretation. And as you know, these are like magnetic, so when you open them up, it says Masters of the Universe, 1/6 scale there. Then it has the crest there of Castle Grayskull, as you guys know. And it says, for 2 centuries, Duncan, the Eternian weapons master and combat instructor for the royal family, has been called Man-at-Arms. Trained by the renowned tactical tactician and veteran of the Great Unrest, Duncan was asked by King Randor to step into the position and fortify his guards and with an elite strike force which he named the Masters of the Universe, obviously. And then this would be the window opening where you would see him, and it says Masters of the Universe there in the bottom. Again, I took him out of the box because there was a lot to take out, so I wanted to have him ready, for you guys to take a look at. So without further ado, what we'll do is we're going to take a closer look at Man-at-Arms out of box and see what he has to offer. So stay right there, sit back, relax, have a digital drink, and hopefully you'll join me for the ride and the rest of the review. Hope you enjoy it, and see you soon. Okay, guys, here we have him. Here we have him. Man-at-Arms out of packaging. And as you can see, he is standing there in all of his glories. And I can honestly tell you, he is absolutely stunning. He is, without a doubt, Mondo's best piece yet to this day. As far as the Masters of the Universe figures and line go with Mondo. He isn't without, obviously, sacrifice and some imperfections that I wish and hope that with time Mondo can figure it out. Hopefully with feedback and people telling them they might make the alterations and changes, but he's definitely a sight to behold, and definitely a stunning piece to have in your collection to display. I don't think this video or even pictures is going to do him justice if you see him in person. So let's take a closer look at him. I have him in the stand that he comes with. Obviously, we'll push that to the side and take a closer look. And here he goes. Here is Man-at-Arms. Look at the sculpt of that face with all the beautiful, beautiful highlights of the skin, with the shadows and the pinks and the rosy eyes, the rosy lips, cheekbone line. Absolutely stunning with the black eyebrows, black mustache, his iconic helmet. Cannot be denied. Beautiful, beautiful color with all the scuff marks and details of the tear with the yellows, all that detailed intricacies on the helmet. As you can see, going along the pattern. And remember, this is Mondo's interpretation of Man-at-Arms, but he is Man-at-Arms, keeping the classic look. And you see the beautiful artwork all over the armor, orange, all the orange and red, highlights of gold, that metallic gold, and that wash over with that dark orange as well, and the little silver nip bits that you see in like the bolts, bolting down the suit here on his shoulder. You can see it's on a ball peg. Shoulder pad up and down. Scuff marks. You see that it's nice and rounded. They didn't do it as one piece, separate. And then you have the piece caught right here on his, on his arm. This looks like a little gun or welding machine that comes on the side, on the elbows, all the silver, all the weathering, really nicely colored. The piece that goes down to his hand, which is a separate piece, on top of his fist, by his wrist. Really nicely done with the nice paint job as well. All the way down here, all the giblets. The belt that he has with the leather style black one that he has underneath with the gold. You see the really nice round heavy duty looking belt all the way around strapped on. Then the parts in the back where he harnesses the weapons and he stores them away. Really, really nicely done. Then you see, as you see here, his legs going down, nice and green with all that wash, with the material there, going down to the boots, just like He-Man, in black with the black stripes. And then on this side, you have the one that's with the armor, obviously. And look at all that detail, really nice, really nicely executed. Really nicely done with the flaps here as well. That moves up and down. You can see, really nicely done. And then, he has obviously the trunks underneath. And then, as you can see on this side, the plain white arm, green arm with the black wash, and then the brace, and the obviously in the wrist. As you can see there, really nicely done. With the gold, baby blue, teal, just like the helmet. And then gold going around, and then the bottom as well. And then his hand being bare. And like I said, this is a stunning piece of art that Mondo has created here. My only gripe is that I wish that Mondo somehow were able to use softer plastics, so that it could be a lot more flexible when you're molding it, and while keeping the details. And it would have been nice also that they made these where you can clip them on and clip them off in all the areas, just to make it easier to put on his weapons and move them around and stuff like that. But other than that, Man-at-Arms is just absolutely stunning. Mine has a defect that I will address when I show the articulation. But for now, let's take a look at all the accessories that. Okay, guys, here we go. Here we have all of his accessories, and as you can see, he brings a lot. He brings a real whole lot, and this is where Mondo really shines, and they always have. They shine in every step of the way. They're very, very generous with their accessories, especially with these very high-end and expensive premium figures, because these figures are not cheap. They're obviously in the $190 range. But as you can see, we'll start off. He brings also one of the other swords that we saw that came with, I think it was Faker and He-Man. And this is basically, you see the beautiful black wash. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to change the topic. And the gold on the hilt on the bottom of the tip, with the nice silver, with the silver gunmetal. This is a sword that was actually one of the swords that came with the original Castle Grayskull weapons rack, and they just, got it, turned it a lot bigger, and turned it into a main weapon in the line, and have reused it for set characters. Same thing like this weapon. This is the blaster, the infamous blaster from the Castle Grayskull weapons rack, which were all painted in a beige grayish color. But these here, they're black. You see the weathering with the nice silver and the black on top with the reds. And as you can see, they're really nicely executed. Looks like exactly like the smaller version of the weapon in the original, but obviously having a more realistic look. And this weapon also came with anti-faces and with some extra weapons that came with the anti-faces came as extra weapons in in a burgundy color, and then with Web Store as his main weapon in orange, which I thought we probably would put it here with Man-at-Arms because he's orange. Then Man-at-Arms, this one he's all stacked to the bone. He comes with a gun holster on the side for the side of his leg, which he never had. This is really nice. This is a new addition. See the nice orange and the weathering and the scraping like metal. The holster is made out of metal with the oranges there, and then the straps are made of like that same pleather looking leather. Now these figures, this here is probably the accessory that's the hardest to put on him. Then he comes with these beautiful little glasses, welding glasses, because he builds stuff. So it's a welding glass. Glasses, you put it on his eyes, on the head portrait that comes off, that's plain, that you see there in the corner. Then he comes with, 4 sets of hands with, as you see, he has this kind of saluting hand, because he's like a general trooper. A pointing hand, like giving commands, like don't do that. Or like he used to do in the cartoons, giving advice. Then he comes obviously with these fisted hands, like, fisted ones, do like fisticuffs. Then he comes with these trigger hands, as you can see here. Nice trigger hands. And then he has the two that come with him that are off to hold like the weapons, like the billy club and like the boulder and stuff like that. That he has. Then he comes with this here, which is the side piece gun that he's going to use. But also remembering this is also the same gun that we use in the He-Man live-action movie with Dolph Lundgren. So this is kind of a nod to that, made more realistic with blacks and silver on it. Really nicely painted, as you see, and detailed. And this is a ranking strap that goes on his bicep on the other side. Really nice. A nice eagle crest. A nice elastic band. I kind of wish this elastic band was on the gun holster, so it wouldn't be so hard to put on. Then he comes with this beautiful, as you can see here, this very beautiful shield. Looks very rotacious, like, in look and aesthetic. The browns and burgundies and orange and the scuff like in battle. And the inside, he holds it here. The wooden look there and the straps in green. And the nice thing, Mondo now sealed the inside of the holders, because with the shields that the other characters brought, like Skeletor and Faker and He-Man, they kept popping off, so they were a nuisance. So I'm glad that they didn't do it here. So really nicely executed. He comes with that. Then he comes with two portraits, or three. This is the unhelmeted one. He looks very reminiscent to Mr. The guy who plays Cable. Oh my God, the actor. I forgot his name at the moment. The Pohawk here in the top, as you see, with the actual weathering on the white top. You got like a Pohawk, all scraped on the side. Never seen Man-at-Arms like that. This would be the helmet that you can put on him, and it actually goes on top. Really nicely done also. And painted. Really nicely done and painted. Then you can see the inside, really nicely executed as well. And then this is the head of him turning into a snake man. In the 2000X cartoon, he ends up turning into a snake man and turns evil. And then, Clam Champ takes his place as the new, spoiler alert, the new Man-at-Arms that makes the vehicles for the Eternians in the Eternian Palace. And then this is another nod, like they've done with most of their figures so far, that come with a Filmation accessory. This is Oracle inside a vase. This was in one of the episodes. I thought it was from the Christmas special, but I don't remember. But I definitely know it was one of the cartoon episodes that they did, which is just trying to still do a nod to the Filmation. And then obviously the stand, the Mondo symbol, in the bottom, the M, and then the stick here that holds them. And this is also very tight. They reinforced this, so that's another nice thing. But again, he comes with a slew of weapons, and it's a lot. You get a lot for your money. So now let's take a look at Man-at-Arms articulation. Now, how can I forget? There was one accessory I completely forgot about, and that's his main accessory, and that is his battle staff, or his club. And this thing is absolutely stunning. Look at the level of detail on this, with the gunmetal silver on top, the red on the top with the burgundy, orange, the weathering of battle, the attention to detail in the bottom, like it's a spring-loaded thing, and the hilt, all the leathery strap in the bottom, like he's holding it also. And again, one of the coolest thing about this one is they made a feature that's like kind of a action feature, and that is if you turn it a certain direction, it comes out like a ball and chain. And as you see there, with a real chain. Really, really nice touch. Absolutely stunning. So, I forgot to mention this. So, yeah, this is his main weapon. So now, let's take a look at man-at-arms articulation. Okay, guys, so now, let's take a look at man-at-arms articulation. And this is where my wonderful feeling has become kind of a heartache. And it's not because it's all bad or it's limited, but I'll try to show you my best that I can. So as far as his head goes, he can move all the way left, all the way right. He can barely move up because this headpiece here crashes with that there. Now he can move down. He can look down just a tad, and then he has kind of a tilt. He can tilt, but you have to kind of put the head inwards, and then an angle because of these pieces here crashing with this here. So you see, he can tilt. Now, for the arm, he can go all the way, and oh boy, that piece came out. Sorry. And 80 degrees, as you can see there, because of the pad. When the pad pops out, it's there. So, okay, so it goes up and down. It doesn't really hinder. At the shoulders, right? Shoulder swivel. And you obviously got the elbows, which is more than 90. You've got the wrist, which go in. And this popped out as well. This still has the smaller pegs, but it's not as bad as before. But he has the ability to go in and out. Then on the waist, he does have a waist swivel, very nice, and it does kind of move back and forth. But because of this being so hard, you can't really, bend them. Now, he does also have the, he does have also tilt from side to side. This side is the same thing with the wrist. Goes in, goes out. And obviously the 180 degrees. The shoulder. Oh, and he does have a elbow swivel as well. And then with the legs, he can do a nice split like this bunch. And then he does have the swivel on the top, which is really good, and then obviously the double jointed knees. Then he has a boot cut and a cut on obviously on the knee on the kneecap there, and then his toes go back, his toe go forward, and then they have that rocker movement. Now, mine, unfortunately, mine has a defect on this leg. I couldn't understand why, but I guess the weight, his legs move fine. But if you'll notice, this has a hinge here too. That's for when you move it forward, but it doesn't go forward too much. When I try to bend it here to do the you know, the bend on the knee, it keeps popping out on me. And I try to put a little bit of nail polish to give it some resistance so they could stay there, and it hasn't worked out. So every single time I try to straighten it out, oop, the actual leg pops out, the bottom part of the leg. So and it doesn't come off like, you see how easy it comes off, like if you're touching it. But if you pop it on, see, like this, it comes right off, right? If you touch it. But if you have it on him, it doesn't come off. And he actually stands really well on it. It's not like it's loose and he has like no strength on it. He'll stand with no problem. But for some reason, the leg is so messed up and so weak that it will not let me bend those knees, because also, you know, the knee articulation, as you see that knee articulation and the elbow, the kneecaps, it's very, very tight. So I cannot, for the life of me, move them without popping out the leg. And I'm trying to show you guys here. And, you know, he's, like I said, it goes in, he stands with no problem. But I cannot get him to bend it. So because of that, I am very bummed and very sad at the same time. And that is a big QC issue, because these guys, as you guys know, are very top heavy. And the fact that you can't bend his elbow, or knee rather, is a very big disappointment, because, you know, he's a character that you're going to want to pose, especially that he came with so many nice accessories. And right now, as you can see, I'm glad you guys keep seeing that it pops out. It's popping out, popping out, popping out. But again, it stands. Even without the stand, you'll stand, but it keeps popping out. And it's because that knee, just the peg is either too small, or it didn't want to hold, you know, the resistance of the hole must have stripped and it's too big now, so it doesn't hold. So I contacted Mondo and they said they'll get back to me. I sent them a video of it. They said they're gonna see if they can replace it. Sorry for the inconvenience. Hopefully they'll do that. So because it's so uncomfortable to do and mess with because of that leg, I can't actually show you the accessories on them and putting it on them little by little, one piece at a time here, as a continuous form in the video. So I'm going to cut here and come back with all the accessories on him so you guys can see and show you what they look like. Because I can't do it, it's going to just keep popping out, and it's going to be a straight hassle. And that harness for the gun that goes here on his thigh for the gun holster, it is extremely hard to get on. So give me a sec, I'll be right back. For you, it'll be seconds. For me, God knows how long it'll take, but hopefully I'll be able to show you, and you'll be able to enjoy what it looks like with the weapons. So I'll be back in a blink of an eye, guys. So guys, this is what he looks like with what it would be his welding outfit. You see that he has that, the mask or the extra sculpt head with the actual glasses or goggles. I put the helmet on his arm, which you can slide off, and yes, you can put it on him while he has this on as well. And this is what he looks like. So it kind of suits him well too. It's not like it doesn't. He looks kind of cool with it too. You want to, have him like that displayed. It works well. And then I'm going to show you with the actual other accessories left. This is how it would look like, and show you what everything else looks like on it. Alright guys, so here we have them. So here we have him. All of his accessories. And this is, you know, classic man-at-arms. The highest extent. Now, I am not having fun with this figure at all. It's been very difficult, to say the least, because the truth of the matter is, the pieces are just the actual, how you call it, the actual pegs for each limb are very, very, very small. So pieces keep falling off. The fact that all his pieces are very heavy, from his baton or club, billy club to his shield, and then parts that are so big and cumbersome, like the shoulder pad, because of the fact that it's still in the main part of the body. Even though it's on a ball peg, you crash into it a lot, so that pops off. That you had to glue it down because the glue came off. This strap here, instead of being elastic, came off. It's very difficult to play with him, pose him. He's basically, once you pose him, once you get all his accessory on, he's just a piece of display, just a display. So as you see, we have here with the holster in the arm, and you see we have the mace in his arm, right? And then we put the ranking strap on his bicep, and in the back he has the holster for the gun. This is also very loose. This comes off, pops off. It's not broken, it just pops off. And then we have obviously the sword, and then we have on this side his shield. So he looks, like I said, again, aesthetically, he looks absolutely amazing. But to play with him and to pose him, or even to try to show him off to friends, if they want to see him in your collection, it's going to be a very hard thing to do, because he is not fun to play with. He just isn't. He's very, very, very hard to deal with, because the limbs are just way too loose. And as you see what I did here, really fast and bring I put his lovely goggles around his neck, because he's not wearing at the moment. They're part of his accessories, so I put them on him just in case, so you can have them there and you can find them and you don't lose them. The stand here, so like I said, gets the job done. It's not too heavy, not going to keel over. But as you see here, I'm fighting with him again, keep him in the pose, because of the fact that he's just so hard to keep pose for a long period of time without going crazy. Accessory-wise, he's a lot of fun. Comes with a lot. Here's the other head, like I said before. I don't know if you guys actually use it. If mondo ends up sending me another one, I'll be very grateful. Because again, this is a premium product. state that he is in right now, I can't. I hope it's just a problem of mine. I can't. I'm very, I talk things, very patient, very understanding, and I felt so annoyed because of these limbs. The limbs on the pegs on the limbs are in the hands. They're just too short, and that's the same problem. They're too small that he has on the legs, and I think that's why it keeps popping out. They're just too small, and they need to make them bigger because these figures are heavy duty. Plus, the plastic they use, it's very heavy, so it's going to keep drooping down the figure and the weight. So he is very, very heavy, but he looks absolutely stunning. Accessories, paint job, everything is perfect. It's almost a perfect figure. And if he didn't have these issues, and if I do get a replacement and it doesn't have this issue, he could very well be my figure of the year, because you just don't get figures of this caliber like this. Like, you just don't get it for the price point, the size, from the a classic line collector like He-Man. He's just top notch. He's top notch. And he just looks great. The paint job, the accessories, again, the price point. He's the best of the best. So what I'll do is I'm gonna bring in some more figures of Man-at-Arms just for comparison. So give me 1 second. So here you go, guys. Here is the comparison of Man-at-Arms, the many faces of Man-at-Arms. And as you can see here, I have, the 2000X. Here I have, the classics, the 2000X I have put away. I have the new, the new Man-at-Arms from Masters of the Universe Origins. Man-at-Arms from the Loyal Subjects, the two mini ones from Mattel and Matty Collector, and then I have the two versions so far that I have with different colors from the Mega Constructs. So these are the many different comparisons, just so you guys can get an idea. What I can do is I can bring in maybe a couple of other figures so that you guys can see what he looks like next to some other figs. Move these out really fast, the best that I can, because it is what it is. So to give you another comparison, here he is next to my M4, I think it is, from Halo. This is the new from the new Jack Specific, or Jazzware Halo figures that are 7-inch, and then the movie Optimus Prime from the movie from Hasbro Studio Series. That's one comparison. And then I can bring in let's see what else really fast. Let's see. Let's see what I have here. Put them next to. Oh boy. Let's see. Here he is next to the McFarlane Toys Azrael. of the Beast. I think it's called Beast Kingdom. Figures that I have that I reviewed from the game that's out there, the mobile game, King of Honor, I think it's called. I forgot what the name of it, but just so you can get an idea of what he looks like side by side with, with obviously other figures, and you see the sense of scale on him. You know that he's pretty tall, as you can see, and you can get a sense of scale at the same time. Oh, he's unflinching. Oh, don't flinch. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back with my final thoughts on the figure. So guys, there you have it. There is my review and overlook of the brand new 1/6 scale Man-at-Arms from Mondo, from the Masters of the Universe collection line by Mondo, obviously. And this is a premium product, as I said before. And, at the end of the day, again, like I said, we finally got another good guy for the ranks. He-Man is no longer alone, even though I do have my Matty Collector She-Ra with them, because I think it fits well. And again, like I said, he is a spectacular figure. Spectacular. The premium product is worth every penny, with the accessories that he comes with, like I said, with the amount of detail, the amount of weapons. He has the most, alongside Man-at-Arms so far, and you can tell that he put a lot of love into this figure. But Mondo has to kind of figure out a way. Have to try to figure out a way where, like I was saying, they have to figure out a way where, he's, like I was saying before, he's a spectacular figure, but Mondo has to figure out a way where they have to make these pegs for these hands much bigger and longer, so that they can hold more resistance each of the figures. And they have to figure out a way to use a softer plastic, even though they like to put a lot of details in the pieces, like the armor and stuff like that. They have to figure out a way to use softer plastic, because the fact that they're so brittle and not really brittle, but that they're so thick, the figures just, you can't really do much with them even if you want to. And the weight doesn't help for you to do the explosion and display them a lot more dynamic the way you want to. The articulation's there, it's decent enough, it's just you can't really do much because of that. I do recommend them, but be wary, because I think mine was the only one. It was probably like a contained issue. I don't think it was something that's a run-on issue. I haven't seen anyone really talking about it in their reviews, to be honest. And I hope it is. I hope it's contained. I hope it's not anyone. And when you guys get it, I hope he's fine and he doesn't have those issues, so that you guys can be happy and not have to go through the frustration and the uncomfortability that I had to go through just to try to do this review. I feel like I did a horrible job and it's sloppy, even though I tried my best from the bottom of my heart to do a good job for you guys, right? So that you guys can enjoy. So he's a good figure, but if he comes with the defects, you guys are not going to be happy, and I can't recommend him. But if he doesn't, and he's not contained, like I said, I've had very good experience so far with Mondo, and it's been nothing but a pleasant experience. This is the first time that I actually felt kind of dragged by the situation, but you know, I hope they take care of me because I reached out, and I hope that everything turns out okay and they can replace it for me and everything is well. So, guys, thank you for stopping by. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave a thumbs down if you didn't like the video, and you know, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the figure yourself. If you haven't, what are your own experiences with it? If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you subscribe, you know, thank you, because I know you didn't have to, but if you did, just remember I consider you now part of my family. As always, share this video with someone you think might like it, and you guys can find me on social media always under C_respect on Instagram, and on Twitter under Ebot Powerful Gamer. If you guys ever want to help me out in any way, shape, or form, because you have the means to do it, and you enjoy what I do, and you want to help me out so I can keep doing good quality stuff, or because, you know, you just want to help out a brother, you know how to do it. It's all down in the description below. Or if you want to make any donations so that I can review something or something you want me to take a look at, just DM me and we'll work out the particulars. This is your boy Hebot signing off one more time with another episode of Toys in My Closet. It's been a lot of fun, guys. I hope to see you very soon. Be careful, stay collecting while you're doing your collecting out there, because we're about to go probably in another quarantine. Hopefully not, and everything can get situated. But remember, just if you're doing what you're doing out there, do it careful, being considerate to others, because you know it's the right thing to do. So I'll see you guys soon. Love you very much. Until the next one. Bye bye.